clear difference in Murray State and UCLA from LSU.
No question.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like
it's
9 innings. You see the difference. Like when you're watching it as closely as you are now, you see the difference, and just mistakes made or whatever. I mean, in the SEC or when you get to this spot, and LSU's really really good, obviously, they're not going to make a lot of mistakes, And Arkansas is not going, even though they kicked it around in the ninth inning, like they did just, they were bored. And ended up giving up a couple of runs. I mean, that was just a dominant performance. I mean, can you imagine waking up yesterday and having whatever waffle they had downstairs in that team hotel that UCLA was in, and knowing starting at 10 o'clock today you're going to have to play two SEC teams?
Yeah.
At the College World Series.
Yeah. Let's stop with all the SEC Big Ten baseball stuff anyway.
I mean, that from their perspective, that's a crappy day.
Yeah. Well,
nobody feels bad for them here, but
it's like we were talking about the Saturday stuff. I mean, it was like every other game was a preliminary until Arkansas and LSU played. And as well as Coastal Carolina's playing right now, Coastal Carolina and Louisville is a preview today. It's a whet your appetite for the senior boys game tonight. I mean, that's basically what it is.
Wow.
I mean, that's basically what it is. And if you're up there and you're in the ballpark, you feel that.
Oh, that's going on the bulletin board for the championship series in their locker room. Yeah. Whoever wins that game. Coastal Carolina looks really good, but I still want to see them play one of these teams and see if they still look that good.
Coastal is a good team. That is a really good baseball program. I think that's all they have at that school, really. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a small school. But, man, and I know they pulled off an upset or two in football maybe. But baseball has been athletically what they've hung their hat on. And they play the game the right way and have for a long time.
I don't know about you, Chuck, but I went to bed immediately following the game.
I did too.
I did not stay up.
I barely made it till the end.
I know.
I was tired. I will admit.
I woke up a little tired this morning. These late games are, it's not even that late, but these night games.
These 9:30 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, if you're wondering, forecasted clear weather in Omaha tonight.
Forecast there's better than here.
I don't know what to tell you. I'd like to find out. Maybe we could talk to Dan Scoff, but something in the universe has happened, or we've moved geographically unbeknownst to us. There's something off with what's happening here in Arkansas.
If it keeps raining, we're going to have to mow our yards all summer long. And
it's so bad. I can't remember the last time it wasn't cart path only at a golf course around here.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, I'm serious. Like if you're one of these casual golfers like me, you don't even go. I mean, I'm already walking all over the course to get my ball.
There's nothing worse than 90 degrees. I mean, there's nothing worse.
The cart path.
Yeah.
The cart path.
Cart path only.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cart path
You're just
only.
begging for 90 degrees. Yeah, it's like you got to stay on the cart path all summer.
There is relief coming.
Yeah?
From the rain.
Let's go to this situation.
You told us that 3 weeks ago.
Well, and there was relief.
In the Chevy and
then the
Fayetteville
rain came
situation.
back.
Bart's back today, by the way.
We'll have about a week without rain or so.
Really? A week?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then chance for some more storms, but then back to no storm. Like, we're getting out of this.
Bart was
okay. All right.
Bart was back as soon as they tried to steal home last night.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was rallying during the day.
He was.
But then the steal of home just brought him all the way back.
After the LSU loss, when I said you got to puke and rally, I didn't mean it literally, bro. He said, daggum right. And then next thing you know, he did the first part and did not pull off the second. But he's back today. How are we feeling about this, by the way, now?
What, me being back or the game?
All of it. How are we
Well, I feel great about Bart being back.
Yeah, I feel great about Bart being back. I don't
feel great about
the rain. How do we feel about the LSU
I hate the rain.
game?
I'm sick of the rain.
Seriously, I got multiple texts yesterday, and I was over visiting with our friends at Slim Chickens, and people just like, you walk into people and it's like, hey, how you doing? When's it going to stop raining?
Yeah, I know.
That's literally the opening line.
I know.
Is it, or is it ever going to stop?
Yeah.
If you, in most years, if you were going to go on a float trip this, like in June, you would be asking yourself, is the water high enough where we don't have to push the canoe or the raft several times because it's gotten so low, right? You got to go early enough after the rain in spring.
That's right.
Not too early, but early enough. Well, right now, there's not even a question.
It's like, what's your skill level? I don't, I don't
just
really
keeps
think you
raining.
ought to be out there right now.
I mean, for real. And the funny part is that Omaha is normally where you'd be dealing with this. We're just
They were
dealing with it
supposed
here.
to yesterday. I looked at the radar. I was watching it yesterday, thinking of
Avoided it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
going to be
that
all
was
right,
a
and they
big
dodged
break
it all.
for Arkansas.
Yeah.
Probably was.
It was a big break
100%.
for Arkansas in two ways. That A, they played, and B, they didn't have to go be at the ballpark for hours on end, delays, the games before them getting delayed. So you're already starting late, and then your game, all of that could have happened,
You're right.
and none of it did.
I was afraid looking at the forecast yesterday morning this time. I'm thinking, man, I mean, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock before they play tonight. And,
Did you take a nap just in case?
well, it was very brief.
Yeah.
And, no, if they'd played at 8 or 9 o'clock, I wouldn't have made it.
You would have been like, Bart, can you have some notes for me?
Yeah, I would have gotten up and watched the condensed replay.
But I didn't hear anything really said after the game. I picked up some clips today. I know Edwards pulled some things for us, so I don't know what Zach Root said about the steal, but I'm about to find out.
Yeah, what'd he say?
We're
here?
all gonna,
good.
We're gonna,
It's good.
Okay,
We're gonna find out together?
We're all about to find out.
All
It's
right.
6:13. We're just kind of getting in here, and here's what Zach Root said about that attempted steal in the first inning of home.
Yeah, he kept just getting a bigger and bigger lead. I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and our third baseman wasn't able to go and hold him on because he was playing, so he could get anything in the gap. But he just kept an eye on him, and I thought it was pretty foolish because they ran themselves out of an inning. But as soon as I saw him break, I just had to get the ball to Ryder and let him work.
They did. They ran themselves out of an inning. They had the
Pretty
bases loaded
foolish.
with 1 out.
I thought it was pretty foolish.
Yeah, well, that's being kind. And look, guys, game decisions matter. When our team, pick your sport, when your team loses, what's the first thing you say? Man, we got outcoached. We got outcoached. Most of the time, that's not really what happened. What happened last night, though, was a decision had a direct bearing on what happened the remainder of the night. I know people say, well, they had 8 more innings after that. If LSU scores 2 or 3 runs in that top of the first inning, I'm not sure we're sitting here talking about playing LSU tonight. I know there's a full game to follow, but Root, I thought, looked uncomfortable in that first inning until the steal of home. And from that point on, the rest of the night, they didn't have a prayer.
Yeah, I don't know what would have happened, but I'm sure glad it happened the
Me
way it
too.
did.
Me
And
too.
he settled in and threw 5 scoreless
It
innings.
was terrific.
And at the end of the day, that's exactly the pitching. How about Arkansas's pitching at the College World Series? And ironically, we have the 1 inning from Root where they got in the hole against LSU, and that was even though he was not completely on, I didn't think he was really completely off against LSU. He just didn't have his best stuff, and then it wasn't, it was falling apart on him a little bit. But 3 runs is not a ton, but it was when you're playing Cade Anderson in that spot. But since then, Arkansas has basically given up 0 runs in the next 2 games, not counting the 9th inning that was, pretty much irrelevant last night. They have been, like, the story so far in Omaha for them has been on the mound. Obviously, Gage Wood with a no-hitter right in the middle of it. And an epic performance in his interview, apparently, on Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's like, he's an instant legacy, legendary hero.
Oh, absolutely.
Immediately, all over, like
They got T-shirts for sale. They got T-shirts for sale. They got all kinds of stuff
in the
going
Omaha
on.
gear shop at the game, they already had a no-hitter shirt.
I know, and people were already buying them and wearing them.
I want one.
Well,
I guess I got to go.
I guess we got to
Gotta
go.
to Omaha. 877-377-6963. We're just getting rolling. How you feeling? How you feeling about this LSU matchup?
I feel great.
Who's pitching? I don't know. They've not said. Who would you pitch?
How about Hobbs?
LSU's bullpen, LSU's pitching situation is not great
I know,
right now.
but
Do you
know,
think-
Arkansas isn't top shelf right now either. I mean,
That's
they're
right.
getting on down there.
Do you think Hobbs knew when he buried Zach Root's name among like 4 guys that could start yesterday when he was on the show that he knew Root was starting?
Yes, I think he knew.
Me too. 617. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey, you can beat inflation and upgrade your ride at Chevy of Fayetteville. Right now, drive home a brand new Chevy Silverado, Blazer, Equinox EV, or the Tough 2500 with rates as low as 1.9% APR. Plus, take advantage of huge discounts and get top dollar for your trade-in. Go see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevy of Fayetteville, where the deals are big and the road ahead is even better. Chevy of Fayetteville. Let's drive.
Hey, want to fly like a VIP? With Jet Aircraft, you skip the TSA lines, skip baggage claim, and fly on your schedule. The plane doesn't leave until you get there. You enjoy a full bar and food service for up to 9 passengers and plenty of room for luggage. Wherever you need to fly to or from, whether it's a special trip to the College World Series or golfing with buddies, round up your crew, split the cost, and fly private. Also, ask about the Jet card. Visit jetnwa.com. That's Jet with 2 T's.
It's going to be a tough slog from now till the end of time.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hours.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show you. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Eddie's endorsement means everything.
Yeah.
It really does.
It really does. He's the.
I wonder if Eddie's been watching this week.
If you had to pick the heart and soul of the Arkansas fan base, and you had to pick one person to represent that, is there any question? Is he your man of the year?
Well, he's definitely yes. I mean, I would send Eddie.
So I'm going with that endorsement. I'll take that endorsement for the show of record for Razorback fans.
The endorsement.
Absolutely. I'm going to do something. I'm going to take a gamble here.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up a Cam Koziel interview.
You're going to play it cold?
Mid-interview off the internet, because there's a part I want you to hear. So we may pick it up at a random point, but just roll with me here.
A lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights, especially
This is
today.
about
You
the
think
grounds
what they have to
crew.
do. They have to get up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., get here, get the field ready for 3 games today. And, I mean, you see them
Talking
right
about
now.
his dad.
It's not easy work. They're out there doing manual labor all night, and they do an amazing job here in Omaha. So happy that they're here and they can do this. And there's like 20-plus guys on the staff. They do a great job.
Yeah. With the rematch looming against LSU, what did you guys learn from your previous games against them, and how you guys can better attack them tomorrow night?
I don't think they want to face us. We're excited to play in these games. We'll take it one game at a time, one pitch at a time. You just look through video, see what their pitchers did against you, vice versa, pitchers see what they did against the hitters, and just go out there and attack. Leave it all on the field, ball's out, and we'll go do it, baby.
You know, we were talking yesterday. We were talking yesterday about
Do we
momentum.
need to adjust that for air as well?
No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I thought it was great.
But the LSU part was what I wanted to play. I don't think they want to face us.
That's right. That was what I heard.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I heard.
I mean, we got a little bonus grounds crew stuff
I
in there.
understand.
They do a great job at Omaha. 20 guys on the staff. His dad's on the crew, working all night, manual labor, getting ready, for all these games. I mean, that was just a bonus. I was hoping to pick it up after that, but we got
No, it was good. But seriously, we were all talking about momentum yesterday. Everybody was saying, well, do you get momentum from the no-hitter? I don't know, but I guarantee you when you won 2 straight games, you feel momentum, and they feel momentum right now.
Can you edit in guts out for the we'll play it again later?
I can certainly try.
Now, for the on-demand portion of the show, you can always catch the Chuck and Bo Show on demand. Leave it in there on Spotify and Apple. It's because, people that listen live should get some added benefit, from time to time. Things that shouldn't be said on the air, perhaps.
Yeah.
But if you want to go back and see how it actually unfolded on the air, we can let that happen. So leave it the first time, fix it maybe.
Could go back and listen to the show where we played the Mike Tyson clip.
Yeah. Remember when we thought Eddie was? It
was like the same day.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It was the same day, yeah.
I remember.
I know. Sometimes things just happen.
Chuck spit his coffee out onto the table.
I remember now.
Okay, here's a question. Update on your coffee cup.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been washed since we started doing the show? So, has it been under soap and water since August of 24?
Well, I'm trying to remember.
Hey, listen, man.
I think once, yes.
Yeah.
I think once.
It's like somebody.
It's well seasoned.
Yeah. It's like some of these restaurants you go to get a burger, and that it's better at the restaurant that's been there longer because they had that grill has been there longer.
Oh yeah, it's seasoned.
That greasy.
It's like you got a Blackstone, you got to
seasoned-
season it.
That's why people keep bacon grease. I mean, you've got to have certain, you got to flavor it up a little bit.
Speaking of things like around the house, like a Blackstone, you know what's in the back seat of my truck right now?
I do not.
My Keurig.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna give
Brand
it a
new
Bart.
one?
No, the one that needs fixed.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I brought it, and
Send it-
if he
send it
fixes
home
that,
with Bart.
if he fixes that tomorrow, the Roomba.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a tough day for me. Bart was under the weather, and I couldn't get anything fixed.
My weed eater's messed up. Every time I
for
string
real.
that stuff, I mean,
For
everything
real,
falls apart.
we're gonna go into
Really?
Bart's office. It's gonna be a weed eater, a Keurig,
I
a
can probably fix
Roomba.
that too, Chuck.
I need my lawnmower fixed.
Yeah,
and-
we had to
and my
call
weed
Pascal
eater.
yesterday because part of the AC unit in this messed up building. There's like 4 HVAC units in this building. There's like one
it's
for
so
every 3 rooms. The way this building was constructed makes 0 sense, and I don't know anything about that other than I don't think there should be 8 thermostats in the upper floor here. And so, Bart wasn't here, and nobody would go into the attic, so we called Pascal. And they came and fixed it. Yeah. We just bypassed the landlord and went right to the people we can count on.
Well, that's probably for the best, in my experience.
Well,
Bart, I know you're sick, but our air conditioner's not working. Could you come get in the attic for a little while, get this thing taken care of?
And I met this guy from Pascal yesterday, one of their techs, and I introduced myself, and just the nicest guy, just the most pleasant guy, and he had just come from somewhere else. We had been in the attic for 2 hours. And I'm like, these guys go to work, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
They got
Don't
to
mess
work,
around.
man. No, that's getting it done.
That's work.
You got to go get in an attic for 2 hours in a hot summer heat.
That's brutal.
To fit somebody's
that's brutal.
HVAC.
Oh, I know.
Sounds like a good time for a Pascal lad. There they are, our friends.
They are, and
And
they'll crawl in your attic.
And Charlie Boyce, no bigger fan of what Gage Wood did than Charlie Boyce, who had his own exploits as a pitcher at Arkansas.
He did.
But seriously, we do talk about Pascal and others as our friends and people we believe in and trust in. And we don't want to do business with anybody we don't. But they've been doing it for over 50 years. Right now, by the way, you might have an HVAC issue. You think, well, I really can't splurge for that, so I'm going to try to just test it this summer and hope it doesn't break down and wait till I have a little bit more, and then I'll get it. Well, you don't have to do that. They've got a new AC high-efficiency system right now, AC and furnace, starting at $79.99 with payments as low as $100 a month. No shortcuts, no surprises, just that Pascal quality at a price more families can afford. Same week installation available. Just click on gopascal.com to schedule an appointment. 877-377-6963. We're fired up today. I feel like it hasn't, I didn't really think about it like this, Chuck, until I read it this morning. Arkansas is in the Final Four.
That's right. Down to 4.
They're in the semifinals. Do they have to win twice? Sure. Do they have to win twice today? No. Just once.
5th time since 2009, Arkansas is in baseball's Final Four.
That's awfully good.
That's pretty good.
Nobody ever talks about it like that.
No. If you had made 5 Final Fours in basketball since 2009, people would think you have the greatest program in the world.
No, they'd be griping because you hadn't won the national championship. That's what they'd be doing.
You can't. They're just there. You can't ever.
We can't win the big one.
Maybe so.
Can't
Can't hit. Can't score runs. Can't do anything.
They get there. And
Dave just can't win the big one.
Just get there. They don't win the national championship. I mean, they're good and everything.
Okay, you're
but they
probably
don't
right.
win the national championship. I'm gonna find me another team.
That was a great other person voice there.
Well, this doldrum crap is like, I can't take it. I can't, with the rain and everything, I can only take one of the two. I can take your lousy attitude or I can take the rain. But dang it, I can't take both of them. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, guys, you hear us talk about the Sweatin' 'em Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show. You've got your summer lineup set, but what about your skincare? Sun, sweat, and all that time outside takes a toll. Hit up the spa at Sweatin' 'em Cosmetic Surgery for a facial or sun damage repair. It's not just for the ladies, guys. Call 479-966-4174. Again, that's 479-966-4174 and get your skin in the game.
With rainy season here and summer just around the corner, make sure your gutters are ready. Hogcroft Gutters, locally owned with over 30 years of experience, does it all. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drain. Fully licensed and insured with a 20-year warranty on every job. Serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And if you're outside those areas, just give them a call or a text. And for a free inspection, visit hoggutters.com. That's hoggutters.com.
You can tell I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're going to be there, right?
Maybe.
Well, I'm saving you a seat.
I'm giving it the big maybe.
The hard maybe.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The great Clay Henry will join us at 8.
The amazing Clay Henry.
Everybody's wondering who's going to pitch today.
I am wondering who's going to pitch today. I'm wondering who's going to pitch for Arkansas, and I'm wondering who's going to pitch for LSU.
A lot of options for the Razorbacks.
We're gonna play a clip from Dave Van Horn momentarily, and we're gonna hear together
that he's not decided yet
what he has planned
Yeah.
for tonight. Hey, if you're dealing with roof damage or just know it's time to replace the old one, Teamwork Roofing and Construction is the crew to call. The people you can depend on that'll communicate with you, that you can trust. They work on homes, businesses, even big commercial projects, and they do it right away. Certified crews, top materials, no shortcuts. Malarkey Shingles, McElroy Metal, Low Slope Systems, just to name a few that they're certified in. Quality materials. What I like most, they show up, they communicate, they don't leave you hanging when the job's done, they don't leave you a mess. Check out their Facebook page, Teamwork Roofing and Construction. You'll see all the quality they're talking about. Teamwork Roofing, built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork's something Chuck talked about that would get you through the loser's bracket. All this togetherness and brotherhood and character and all of the things that we talked about that made this team different. That's what shows up or has to show up in the loser's bracket. And we're seeing a collective effort now on the mound. So who's it going to be tonight against LSU?
Yeah, we don't know who we're pitching yet.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's listen to more.
Wait. He's going to say, we'll go back, talk about it as a staff.
Okay, give me,
all right, go ahead.
because we haven't
Go
heard
ahead.
it. Yeah, all right.
Go
You got
ahead.
any more? Any more you want to add?
No.
We got
talk
some,
about it as
we
a
got some
staff,
strength throwers.
generally,
We got
and
some
then-
guys
yeah,
out there.
Yeah, all right, go
Yeah,
ahead.
we don't know who we're pitching yet, honestly. You know, we'll know probably when do we have to turn the lineup in? About an hour and 50 minutes for it? Yeah. I mean, we have a couple options. Obviously, a couple left, a couple right. You know, guys that have started some games this year. You know, we're just try to piece it together tomorrow and see how it goes. But yeah, we're not 100% sure who we're going to throw yet.
Yeah, we don't know. We wouldn't tell you even
And
if we did.
And what would I tell Jay Johnson
Yeah.
who I'm going to pitch?
Who's he pitching?
Yeah.
They don't have as deep a bullpen as Arkansas. They have some really good top line arms, and then there's a pretty big drop off. You know, we know it's not going to be Anderson. He threw 100 pitches in the opener. We know it's not going to be Kason Evans. He's thrown 81 pitches. He threw 68.
When did he throw that?
Well,
When
he
did
threw
he throw-
68 of them yesterday.
Yesterday. All right, he's out today.
Who did?
Evans.
Kason
the
Evans.
freshman.
Yeah.
So Anthony Ianson is a possibility. You know, Chase Shores has only thrown 21 pitches. Maybe they roll with him and then bring Ianson in, or maybe they start Ianson.
I would expect him to start.
But they
Ianson.
don't have a lot after those guys. They don't have a lot of pitching depth after those guys. And the way that Arkansas has, where you do have some options, you know, I would expect that, you know, Parker Coyle, Landon Beidelshees are in the mix to get the ball. I would guess we'll probably see both of those guys today, depending on how the day goes.
If you had to pick one, Beidelshees.
Beidelshees is the
probably
one that comes to mind. But here's the wild card in all this, guys. How ready is Gackle?
Give it to me.
How ready
Give
is
it to me,
Gackle?
Chuck.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Gackle threw about 80 pitches Saturday night. Well, I mean, it's Wednesday, and the season's on the line. And this is not a draft-eligible guy. It's a freshman. Can he pitch tonight? And if you win tonight, is he on the bump at the start of the game tomorrow night?
Yes. To answer your question, I would say yes.
Look, in a perfect world, and it's not going to be likely a perfect world tonight, but in a perfect world, Beidelshees or whoever you start comes out, twirls a gem. You know, you mop up at the end.
Twirls a gem.
That's a good baseball term.
It is.
I love
That's a
it.
good baseball
You
term.
don't get that just
That's
anywhere.
colorful.
And,
That's some good stuff.
color.
16-20 of the zone doesn't
that's
have
right.
that.
No,
They're calling
they do not. But in a perfect world, you get a start like that, and you have Gackle ready to go. And at that point, you've got a real chance to get to the championship round. We talked last week about how if they lose to LSU in the first round, they are still equipped to make a run through the loser's bracket. Now, to make a run through the loser's bracket, you got to win 4 games, and then you get to start over. They're halfway there, and the 2 toughest remain. And we'll focus and talk a lot today, I'm sure, about, man, you got to hit, got to score. And they do. But the team that wins this thing is going to be the team that has somebody come out of the bullpen and shortens the game. Somebody comes out of the bullpen and gives you 4 or 5 shutout innings. Guys like Dylan Carter, guys who have the Gilder kid, the left-hander. I'm not saying they're going to go 4 or 5, but I'm saying there's going to have to be a guy like that.
Gibbler, Fouch, somebody.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to come out of the bullpen. Gibbler, that's it. And give you a couple of 3 innings that maybe you weren't counting on. That's the team that's going to win.
Vital Cheese makes the most sense because he's been, a number 2, number 3 starter at times throughout the year. He hasn't really thrown much lately, has he? I can't remember him.
He threw a little bit in one of the regional games.
Yeah.
He came on after Parker Coyle. I think Coyle threw. I can't remember which game, but Coyle threw. I think it might have been the opener against North Dakota State. Coyle threw like 3 1/3 in relief or something like that, and Vital Cheese threw 2 or something like that.
So we're feeling pretty. It sounds like you're feeling. Bart's feeling pretty good in the Chevy Fayetteville situation. Right?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
I will say this: if LSU does not pitch better on the back end of this, if they pitch the way they did on the back end of their regional down there in Baton Rouge that Little Rock played in, Arkansas's got a good chance to beat them twice. Now, if they shore that up, that's a different deal. But they didn't have to go deep in their super. They had to go deep in their regional, and they ended up playing a 7th game. UALR scored 10 runs against them in one of the games. So you just gotta you gotta go play well. You can't give them extra outs. Can't kick it around, and see what happens.
The Chuck and Bo correspondents are out on the text line today. Chuck from Conway is that what they do is they report on things that have been said, like Bubba saying after the game last night that Arkansas playing every day is helping the hitting and will continue to.
Well, there's a day-to-dayness to baseball, and that might be an advantage, might not be an advantage. There's the potential for it to be. It makes sense. It makes sense. I suspect, again, tonight, one of these teams is going to get a great bullpen performance, and one of them will have a crooked number when they hit, and that team will win.
I feel like, and I could be 100% wrong, but I feel like the lineup has been pressing a little bit at Omaha, and I feel like guys are starting to work their way out of it. You can see it a little bit. Like you can still see some guys pressing a little bit, but it feels like they're starting to work their way out of it. Now, that could just be because they're getting some hits. But I just feel like some of the approaches are, like, for example, I don't know if Kojo has a hit yet, but he hit the ball much harder yesterday. Mm-hmm. Like he looked better in his at-bats. He looked a little bit more relaxed. He chased a high fastball. But, I guess what I'm saying is I'm excited to see Arkansas go out and play again tonight. Like to see the lineup because they're not going. I don't feel the more they play, I do think the more they're going to hit, and the better they're going to, the more comfortable they're going to get. And it's sort of like Root. Maybe this is the analogy. He gets out of that first inning, and then he got into a groove. And if the lineup can kind of get used to feeling in their way in Omaha. Maybe they get on. Maybe they start to get on a little bit of a run.
Well, they scored 7 runs last night. If they'd done that 3 times, they'd be 3-0.
Yeah.
If they score 7 runs tonight and 7 runs tomorrow night, they're going to play on Saturday. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
If they score 7 tonight and 7 again on tomorrow night, they'll be around this weekend.
One more just quick note on LSU's pitching staff. If you look at their SEC-only stats, meaning just conference games this year, this is, for all intents and purposes, a conference game. It's just in Omaha. They've only had 5 guys throw more than 10 innings against SEC competition this year. Okay, we've mentioned some of them: Cade Anderson, Anthony Ianson, Kason Evans. The other guys, Chase Shores and Zach Cowan. Those will be the guys I would expect. Shores started.
Is pretty good.
He's started some games, but he's struggled against SEC teams.
Right.
So, like, LSU's going to probably find themselves in an uncomfortable pitching situation at some point tonight. And can Arkansas take advantage?
Edward, are you comfortable?
I'm not feeling well.
Are you sick?
Bart infected me.
What is with all this sickness?
You have
around here?
you have a blanket on.
It's a jacket.
Well,
it's
over
cold,
your leg.
It's cold in here.
Well, you have fever.
No, I'm not fevered.
I'm not fevered. I just
You
look
guys
over
are like
there,
elementary school kids,
It's,
man. You just pass this stuff back and forth. One of them's sick one day, the other
Edward
one's sick
looks
the
like
next
he's
day.
at the movies.
You really do.
You have popcorn over there?
I wish.
He looks like it's the middle of winter and he needs some tea.
What in
There you
the
go.
world? What is happening in here?
I'm just cold.
Yesterday, Bart went in the locker room and never came out.
I know.
Today, you've got a blanket on. Guys, we're at this is the College World Series.
We got a national championship on the table.
It's another elimination game tonight. We got to go play.
Can't be wearing a blanket.
Are the Weichert people at the College World Series?
No,
Are our friends
but-
at the?
No, I think
Is Brandon Long
No,
hosting?
no.
Is he hosting LSU
They're wanting to
at
go.
the College World Series?
They got work stuff this way. I was talking to them yesterday. They're wanting to go, but they need Arkansas to win tonight, and they need Arkansas to win tomorrow night.
So even in the face of the College World Series and an elimination game and a
That's
national
right.
championship on the line,
That's
they're
right.
still going to work for the people.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what they do every day, Weiger Realtors, the Griffin Company. I partnered with them, 25 years ago, first time out. And, man, I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. I was broke. And they guided me through the whole process. I mean, they really did. And all of a sudden, I was a homeowner. and I mean, really.
Actually, I know I'm a homeowner.
I mean, all of a sudden, I'm a homeowner. And I'm exaggerating a little bit. But my point is everyone the first time they buy a home, you're kind of faking your way through. Partner with a pro. Partner with somebody that really understands what they're doing. Because what's going to happen is they're going to guide you through all this. And you're going to realize they know what they're doing. And the next time it's time for you to sell your home, move into a different one, you're going to go back to them. That's why they've been around since 1978. It's why they've been turning houses into homes since 1978. They have a wide selection of homes, and you can check it out at WeicherGriffin.com.
Chris in Fayetteville, you're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, summer's heating up, and Splash Car Wash is keeping your ride looking fresh with a special deal just for listeners of the Chuck and Bo Show. Right now, buy one Best Wash and get 2 free. One for you, one for your spouse, one for a friend, or just keep them all. It's an easy way to stay clean, cool, and cruising all summer long. That's 3 top-tier washes for just $27. Text Splash Car Wash to 22322 to access this exclusive online-only offer.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Hey, if you've been thinking about a new ride, now's the time to make it happen. That's because Chevy of Fayetteville is kicking off their summer drive deals with some of the best offers you'll get all year. Trailblazers starting at $23,000, Colorados from only $30,000, the new Equinox EVs from just $30,000. No matter what you're looking for, these deals are real and they won't last long. So don't wait. Head over to Chevy of Fayetteville today. Together, let's drive.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
We never thought much about power outages until we had one during the worst possible time. As a busy mom, there are plenty of challenges in a day. But with Paschal, power outages don't have to be one of them. A whole home generator installed by the pros at Paschal gave me back my peace of mind. The process was easy and understandable. Now, I don't have to worry about losing power when storms arrive. Get a free estimate today and keep the power on with a whole home generator from Paschal. Professional people, professional service. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
How was Saturday night for you after the game? What'd you do to celebrate?
The only remedy, I thought maybe get a few cold beers in there and maybe help it out a little bit.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just going to have to go today. You're just going to have to. Today's going to be
what I
maybe
told myself.
one of those days you're just going to have to go, and you'll be glad you did.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
877-377-6963. We got a short segment, so I thought it'd be, Chuck, maybe a good time to catch you up on anything else going on. The Panthers have they've won the Stanley Cup.
They have.
Back to back.
Second year in a row, I
Back to
heard
back.
last night.
Yeah,
For the second straight year, I have not watched one single moment.
For the second straight year, I saw it on SportsCenter.
That's right. For the second straight year, I did not watch a minute of the Stanley
They
Cup.
hammered the Edmonton Oilers 5-1. The Thunder can win the title tonight.
Yes, they can.
7:30 ABC.
They're in Indiana tonight, right?
Yes.
Halliburton's hurt, though.
Yeah, he's got a hammy. Does he have a hammy? Is that what it is?
That would be a hamstring.
Yeah.
Just,
Not a Heimlich.
for people who didn't know exactly what that meant, I was, clarifying.
Conversation bleeding over from the breaks now.
Yeah.
Straight
It's it.
hammy.
Straight hammy.
If you missed it yesterday, Louisville and Oregon State erred their way through.
Boy, they really did.
An elimination game.
I mean, it was like a major choke job, and then they
Another
ended up-
one.
Yeah, and then another one.
So Louisville advances. They'll have to beat
Coastal Carolina
twice.
No chance.
Yeah, if so, the storybook ending of Arkansas, getting Oregon State in the finals, that's over. That part of it's over, which is fine. We can live with that.
If Arkansas were to play Oregon State in a best-of-3 series this year, it'd be Arkansas in 2.
Correct.
I mean, it'd be Arkansas in 2.
There is the three best teams there are in no particular order: Arkansas, LSU, and Coastal Carolina.
No doubt about it.
And two of them are playing tonight in an elimination game, almost 7 o'clock. Good morning.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, if you're struggling to get your Social Security disability, or you're buried in debt thinking about bankruptcy, don't wait. You need a legal team that knows how to fight for Arkansans.
That's why you can trust Cadell Reynolds. Bill Reynolds and his team know how to get results when it matters most. Whether it's personal injury, disability, or bankruptcy, they've got your back.
Dial 866-314-3728 or visit CadellReynolds.com today.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
As a play-by-play announcer, my eyes are everything. I need to see every detail on the field to call the game the right way. So when cataracts started affecting my vision, I knew I couldn't wait. I went to Dr. Betts and the team at McDonald Eye Associates. And truthfully, I wish I'd done it years ago. The difference is incredible. The whole experience was professional, easy, and honestly life-changing. If your vision's holding you back, take it from me. Don't put it off any longer. Schedule your appointment with McDonald Eye Associates today.
Hey, it's Bo. And for me, business comes down to working with people I like and can count on. And that's Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They do what they say, they're on time, and when they're done, it's like they were never there and you have a brand new roof. Built with expert craftsmanship and the best materials. When it comes to commercial or residential roofing, get the customer care Teamwork Roofing and Construction offers. Check them out on their Facebook page, Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know what on time is for you, but yeah, you got here before the show started.
Whatever. Hey, have you ever seen anyone that takes so much pride in being the first one here?
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
You ever been, just kind of wandering around, and out in front of a bunch of people and you realize your zipper's down? Has that ever happened to you?
Not in a while.
No.
No, not in a while.
It's a stunning revelation. Like, how long has that been going on?
Yeah.
How long have I been walking around with this mustard on my tie? Or how long have I been walking around with my zipper down?
How come somebody didn't tell me?
Hey, Chuck. Good to see you, Chuck.
Hey, man, your pants are unzipped.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Matt Hobbs was on the show yesterday.
He was.
One of our featured guests, one of our favorite guests, pitching coach. And here's what he said to the pitching staff after last night's win in an elimination game that sent UCLA back to California.
Threw 40 pitches 2 days ago, and he comes back and gives us 86 quality bullets, 5 zeros, with probably no gas left in the tank the last 2 innings. Probably no gas in the tank, but just kept on fighting. That's what fighting on the mound looks like. Jimmy, same thing. Jimmy got lifted from the outing last weekend. Goes out and gives us 3 zeros in Omaha. 8 zeros. Jimmy and Root, outstanding job. Got us to tomorrow. Now we're going to need everyone for tomorrow. Everyone be hooked up. Tonight, be ready to go in the morning. Okay?
There you go. That's what fighting at the College World Series looks like.
And, Arkansas is probably going to face a pitcher tonight for LSU that's in the very same spot Zach Root was in last night. If they go with Ianson tonight, he threw roughly 40, 45, something like that before the rains came the other night. So we'll see if he can do that. And, again, I'll go back to what I said an hour ago. I did not think Root looked comfortable in the first inning. I thought he was on shaky ground. I thought the attempted steal of home changed everything, changed the game. He comes out in the second inning, got his feet underneath him, and was really effective.
Yeah, he kept just getting a bigger and bigger lead. I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and, our third baseman wasn't able to go and hold him on because he was playing so he could get anything in the gap. But, he just kept an eye on him, and, I thought it was pretty foolish because they ran themselves out of an inning, but as soon as I saw him break, I just had to get the ball to Ryder and let him work.
Yeah, turned out to be foolish, and it could have very well changed the entire game right there.
Well, you could tell he was going to try. You could tell he was going to try, and
everybody could tell.
Well, and here's the thing: there's one out. So Iredale, people are saying, well, why don't you hold him on over at third? Well, you're in a double play situation right there. And it's not like when you're a double play depth, you're close to the bag. You're deep. That's why you don't just step off and run at the guy. Because you're running back to third base. Third baseman doesn't have time to get over there and cover the bag because he's so far off. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been getting a lead like that. So it was I thought it was a game-changing play. It
was a gamble.
It was a game-changing play.
Charlie's in Camden. Charlie, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, guys. I'm just now waking up, too, Bo. I heard your comments there on the way back and something about your fly was unzipped. I know it's a little whatever. I know it's like coming back from the break.
I think it's a drop.
I was
played earlier.
I see.
Yeah. Previously said on the Chuck and Bo Show, my fly was down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you ever walk around in public and you're like, oh, how long has that been that way?
Were you talking about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done that, and I've always wondered why stuff like Chuck said, like why y'all ain't tell me? Like what's up, man?
Well, it's like when you have a friend, do you tell them they have mustard, on their beard or whatever? And you got a little bit of something on your nose there,
clean yourself up,
or something. Do you tell people? Do you just say, "Hey, man, you might want to right there"?
I try to.
Like you're talking to Cal.
Nice.
Let's say you're talking to Cal. You've just met him, and you're getting a picture taken, and you notice that Cal's got a little Dunkin' Donuts left in the corner of his mouth. Do you say, "Coach, you might want to do that," or do you? No, you just let it go.
I might just do it. I might do it for him because it's Coach Cal, man. I don't know, man.
I do it for
That's
him.
what I'm saying. It's awkward. You don't know what to do.
But ultimately, I don't know what's awkward because we all appreciate when somebody tells us. But we all feel awkward pointing it out. Hey, your fly's down.
Oh, well.
That's
because
your zipper is down.
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, but you'd rather know than not.
That's true.
Yeah, 100%. But I will say this, Chuck, I agree. Zach was a little bit – he seemed a little off there in the first, but, man, that's why this game is so crazy. It's so mental. And just not only getting through that first inning, but then Vahiva hitting that 2-run shot, I think gave him just like, okay, we're good here, and then coming out the rest of the way just to be able to give you, I think he gave you 5 innings, right? And that's unbelievable. I mean, I'm proud of him for him to bounce back and the way that he bounced back, and we needed it. We needed it. And it's crazy because now you have all these options. I don't know. I suspect or expect that they'll go with Vital Cheese tonight, but I could be wrong. I don't know. That's just my guess that who they would go with, but we'll see. This is the thing. People keep saying, well, you got to beat LSU twice. Let's just go beat them once first. I mean, let's start with tonight. Mm-hmm. Let's go beat them once, and then we'll worry about the next one after that. Because I think at the end of the day with this team, we're going to have to score some runs. LSU's really good, and they're really good for a reason. So I think we're going to have to score some runs. We need a couple guys in the middle of that lineup to find a way to break out of whatever this is. But, man, Justin Thomas Jr., he has been spectacular in this.
Sure has.
He has been unbelievable. But, hopefully a couple of the other guys can get going there in the middle of the lineup. Iredale played really well last night, so hopefully he can keep that going. But, hey, Thomas went 3 for 3 against Anderson the other day, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
4 for 4.
Yeah, he went 4 for 4 in the game.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Charlie. Here's DVH on the offense after last night's win.
You can't change too much at this time of year. You just try to improve in some areas. And, we don't have everybody hitting, obviously. You could go through it a little bit. Our 9-hole hitters got 5 or 6 hits. And, some guys in the middle order, they may have maybe 1. We just need to get some guys going if we're going to get through what we need to get through.
I think it's coming.
Well, some of that has to do with the other guys, the guy that's pitching.
Yeah.
And it may or may not be different tonight.
Obviously, who you're facing on the mound can really impact it. But also, if you're a little anxious at the plate, that can impact it as well. I'm just going with the theory that maybe they're getting a little bit more comfortable and they're just kind of settling in a little bit.
I hope so. That pitcher for UCLA last night had not pitched since March 28th. Their semesters are different out there, and he got in trouble academically. He was their Friday night starter, and then he gets suspended for academics on March 28th.
I didn't even know that was possible anymore.
Well, it's got to do with the way their semesters fall, and I don't understand it all. But he became eligible, made his grades. And I mean, it's crazy. I can't
even believe you're saying that out loud.
When's the last time we talked about somebody being?
That's what I mean.
Let me finish. When's the last time we talked about someone being academically ineligible?
That's why it's crazy.
I mean, we just don't. And but at any rate, he pitched last night. I thought he was pretty good. But my point in that is that you get to this level, and you're going to have to pitch someone. Arkansas is probably going to have to do it tonight. LSU may too. You're going to have to pitch somebody that has not pitched meaningful innings in a long time. Beitelgeuse has not pitched what I would call, really meaningful innings in a while. So whoever you throw out there tonight, I mean, they're going to be on center stage. And how do you handle that moment?
I didn't even know class was a thing anymore.
I didn't either.
I mean,
I didn't know since COVID. I mean, a lot of kids hadn't been to class since COVID.
That's what I mean. I feel like they have tutors and they have their own sort of class thing, and they're gone so much. That's just so stunning to me that you said a guy was got in academic trouble.
Grades. I know. I'm with you.
I mean, I think as a fan that we also forget the school thing is a part of this.
Oh.
We don't think about Taylor Green's class schedule.
Oh.
Like what? We talk about collectives and NIL and how much money and rev share.
Ever since they started making money.
Well, they got to go to class too? Are you serious?
Well, going to class sometimes means opening your laptop. I mean, it's there's a different meaning than there was when we were
never
younger.
logged on.
Yeah.
Sterling and Center Ridge, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey guys, I hope y'all having a wonderful morning. And I wanted to wait to talk to the Hall of Famer, Mr. Henry, but as y'all know, I never know when I'm going to get a free moment around here, so I had to jump on it while I can.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Guys, a great. The thing about that play that got me the most was, if I'm the guy batting, and that happened, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I mean, bases loaded. I'm at the plate with 2 outs, and you're going to steal home. Now, if the coach called it, I'm really pissed. That means he has no confidence in me. And if you did it on your own, I think you're just trying to get your name on that stadium alongside Jackie.
Well, you don't steal home on your own. I mean, that was called from the dugout.
I tell you what, I mean that was, and I guess they are now. They showed some. That guy showed some character, and they all must be a tight knit group because he didn't show. I mean, they didn't put the camera on him. He didn't act like he was upset, and at the end of the game, everybody was kind of like, dapping it up.
I noticed that too.
I mean, I was thinking like, what the heck? Boy, I'll be so mad.
If we had lost, or an SEC team had lost, and smiled and joked around in the dugout at the end the way the UCLA players were, oh my God! I mean, fans would go crazy.
Yes. But I'm with Charlie. I mean, I'm tired of everybody saying we gotta beat them twice. I mean, you can't beat them twice until you beat them once. So I mean, let's just take care of it today. And I'm telling you guys, and Chuck, you alluded to it earlier. If they pitch like they did against Little Rock and they had their struggles, we're not gonna let them up. We got enough. We got enough bullets in the gun. You get down 5. If you let us get to tomorrow night, get down 5-1, you're gonna be upset. There's gonna be some sad thinking on the way home.
Well, if Arkansas wins tonight, the pressure shifts. I mean, if Arkansas wins tonight, all the pressure's on LSU tomorrow night.
And one final thing before I let y'all go, guys, the way and the best thing about last night, we got McIntyre some work. Got him some work in. I was glad to see that he got to pitch in his last College World Series. And as bad as that 9th inning was, as sloppy as it was, and I hate finishing up sloppy, but it's a reminder also that that's all it takes for things to go awry. I mean, one hit, one bobble, and that goes both ways. That goes both teams. So when they make their mistake, you gotta capitalize on it. Anybody, if they give us an extra out, we gotta make them pay. And I think this team rolls into shape, and like they say, one game, one pitch at a time. We don't have to be Superman to pull this off. We just got to be who we are. Remember that. Guys, y'all have a great day.
All right,
Thanks,
Sterling. Sterling in the locker room.
Everything leveled out.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck, we've got an academic call, it appears.
Oh, well, good. Let's get to the bottom
Leo
of this.
from an undisclosed location may or may not be the chancellor's office. I don't know. On the Chuck and Bo Show this morning.
How does all this work?
Good morning, Leo.
Good morning, Chuck. Good morning, Bo. You were talking about the UCLA pitcher. You got to go to class. And, right. And a lot of athletes do take summer courses because they're on the road so much during the regular school year.
Right.
They have to make up those courses somehow. Well, the university now offers several online courses, and which is perfect setup for athletes because let's say they were taking a summer course and they're in Omaha. All they have to have is a computer access and go online, do whatever it is they need to do with their online courses, as long as they get the homework done by deadline. There are deadlines, and take the exam by the deadline. and they could access their online courses at 11 p.m. or 6 a.m. So for athletes, online courses are really a good thing. So
there you go. Everything you ever wanted to know about how it works in summer classes. Thank you, Leo.
It's just not in summer. These online courses are offered all year round. So, which even what we call on-campus students do take a lot of online courses. They're limited on the number of online courses they can take. But let me tell you, those classes fill up quickly.
Well, Leo, thank you very much. Chuck is considering, having heard your call, going back for a doctorate. Now that he knows all he has to do is have Bart log on to his laptop for him.
I'd have to skip 2 or 3 steps to get to the doctorate part.
Having been around this a little bit, the reason that it's hilarious that somebody would be in academic trouble is because if you're at a major college program, it's virtually impossible for that to happen because you are getting babysat through the process to keep you eligible.
Yeah. When if you hear of someone
got somebody on staff
has grades issues
making sure you open your
That's
laptop and answer any questions that you may have.
The only excuse is like when you get into transfer of credits with all the kids that are in the portal now. When you get into this credit, do they transfer from one school to the other? If you've got a kid that's academically ineligible over actual grades, oh my God, you got a problem.
Somebody screwed up.
Yeah.
That's what happened. 877-377-6963. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Bart, I want to apologize. Earlier I said that the Thunder could win the NBA Finals tonight.
Yeah.
And that was incorrect.
That's right. And that's my fault.
Because, you're going to take the bullet.
Yeah, well,
you take the
it's
arrow in the
my
forehead.
fault.
I was going to take it on your behalf.
No.
I don't even know why I mentioned the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room as part of it.
It's totally my fault. I put it here in the notes. Thunder can win title tonight. The game is Tuesday because the NBA, I don't know why they decide to take so many days off, or Thursday.
Did you notice how Bart got out in front of the issue? He knew what was going to happen. He knew he was about to get thrown under the bus. So he just, my fault, my bad, my bad.
It was the Eminem 8 Mile.
Like, we already know it's your bad.
Yeah.
We already know that.
But as for something that matters, Arkansas, the minus 130 favorite tonight against LSU.
I also have a question. Are we wrong? I can't remember. Are we wrong? Was there 1 out or 2 outs when the guy tried to steal home?
2.
Okay, so there was 1 out. Right. There was 1 out. But then
he ran him out of the inning.
They got an out, and that's when he's like, I'm going to take this into my own hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he took the bat out of the guy's hands is what Sterling was
It's
talking
okay
about.
if we screw up. We just got to correct it before 9 o'clock.
That's right.
And blame it on
and blame it on someone.
Yesterday was what was the National Place the Blame Day or something like that?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
We're just a day late.
Today, it's actual National Wanna Get Away Day. And it's also National Go Fishing Day. So I'm going with this. Cam Koziel has at least 2 hits tonight. Probably big hits because today's his day.
You think Clay goes fishing?
And an LSU pitcher will want to get away.
Clay will definitely go fishing. Wow. Chevy of Fayetteville. Nice. Oh, good one. That is what it is. Southwest Airlines and Want to Get Away? Is that Southwest Airlines? Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Boy, those Silverados are beautiful. You see them driving down the road. Go into Chevy of Fayetteville and ask them about it. But they've got incredible deals all over the auto park. Acura, Chevy, Honda, Toyota. A huge selection of pre-owned options. 25 years in business. Built on trust and relationships. That's why we like them. We've been dealing with the Fayetteville Auto Park for 25 years. Check them out online today at Fayetteville Auto Park or just off the bypass. Drive with confidence. It's 7:20. Good morning. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
With rainy season here and summer just around the corner, make sure your gutters are ready. Hogcroft Gutters, locally owned with over 30 years of experience, does it all. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drain. Fully licensed and insured with a 20-year warranty on every job. Serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And if you're outside those areas, just give them a call or a text. And for a free inspection, visit hoggutters.com. That's hoggutters.com.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
All right, guys, you hear us talk about the Sweating 'em Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show. You've got your summer lineup set, but what about your skincare? Sun, sweat, and all that time outside takes a toll. Hit up the spa at Sweating 'em Cosmetic Surgery for a facial or sun damage repair. It's not just for the ladies, guys. Call 479-966-4174. Again, that's 479-966-4174 and get your skin in the game.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
That's special.
You know, it wouldn't be so painful if I wasn't so smart. I wish I was dumb like everyone else. Wouldn't it be great if I were just dumber?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Brent's on the line in Searcy. Brent, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Did you stay up late, watch the game?
Oh, Chuck, you know I did, man. You know I did.
How many smokes did you have? How many smokes did you go through last night?
Way too many, but that I'm gonna atone for after the season. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
How do you do that?
But,
what does that
you
look
cut
like?
down.
Okay.
Hey,
fair enough.
I told you before. I told you guys I'm getting a new van.
Yeah,
right?
you did down by the river.
And my sister told me, she said, you know, with this new van, you're spending this kind of money on it, brand new. You can't smoke in it. She said, you better just learn to put the pouches in your mouth and put it. And I said, well, I'm gonna have to stop it when I leave Russellville and have about 2 before I get after a break. 2 hours of driving, you know.
Yeah, everybody's got a plan.
It'll get you.
But last night, I was driving back and UCLA, they just messed their own, because Zach Rink was struggling a little bit in the top of the first. Was that the top of the first inning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or bottom of?
That's
top of the
first inning.
He was struggling a little bit to find his groove, and UCLA they gifted us an out by trying to steal home.
Did you just get up, Brent? Did you just wake up?
Hey.
We crushed this for an hour already.
About 45 minutes ago, I got up.
All right.
But
I was just wondering if you missed us talking about this.
I did, because I had to make other phone.
Well, that's fair.
I had my buddies calling me from South Carolina. You know, they were calling me during the game. Oh, Dave Van Horn needs to get Zach Root out of there. I said, okay, I don't talk about Paul Mainieri. The record speaks for itself. You know. But,
Brent, do you have a network of people that you call during the game and you guys analyze what's going on?
No, they try to text me, and I
got
told
you.
No texting during the game.
Put it
But
on D&D.
Let me tell you something about Coastal Carolina.
All right.
Their third baseman, his last name's Mitchell. His father was our quarterback at South Carolina the first 2 years we were there at South Carolina.
Back when your dad was coaching at South Carolina. Okay.
Yes, 83 to 84. He took over like the third game of 1983. He was National Player of the Week against Duke in football. And bless his heart, his father passed away a few years ago. But I tell you what, this is going to be an outstanding game tonight at 6 o'clock.
It is. It is. Elimination game for the Hogs. Third straight elimination game they're in. This is their third in 3 days. It was 1 for 1, 2 for 2. Can they go 3 for 3?
Do we play again Thursday, or do we get Thursday off?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get Friday off if you get
Yeah.
that far. Got to win tonight and tomorrow night. Get Friday off. Start over.
We're in the gauntlet right now.
Hey, we might as well just go ahead and do it.
Might as
well. You're there.
Was talking to Sterling yesterday on the telephone, and Sterling told me he's listening to LSU in TV radio, and they're already ordering their rings. Okay,
Are they really?
Go ahead and order them. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. You know, they say we're 0-4 against LSU in Omaha.
That's true. That's true.
We're going to end up 2-4 with them by the end of this week.
You're feeling confident.
Brent's ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
He's ready.
Yeah.
Slept
in a little bit. He's ready to go.
I was born already.
Got his Amazon cigarette order in. He's ready for action today.
I'm going to get
Reloaded.
me a carton today. I'm going to get me a carton. I'm going to be right.
Oh, man. Well, okay. And when you talk to Sterling later, tell him he was right about 2 outs. When you guys talk, what time do y'all talk? About noon?
Whenever I usually
break.
call him, and then he calls me when he gets a break.
There you go. Yeah. Well, what a world. I mean, we've just got
Thank
a
you,
community.
Brent.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
The community is waking up this morning to the smell of victory and cigarettes.
Is Brent like a spokesman for what's the tobacco company? Reynolds, R.J. Reynolds?
What is the? I've lost it. The big tobacco company. There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Isn't it Reynolds one of them? R.J. Reynolds?
What's the big one?
I don't know.
Look it up, Art. Tell me while I tell you.
Philip Morris?
Yeah,
there we go. That's the one.
That's the one. Summer's heating up. If it ever stops raining, you can get your car washed. Splash Car Wash offering a special deal to Chuck and Bo listeners only. It's an exclusive online offer where you buy 1 best car wash and you get 2 free. So $27 a month. That's the membership for 1 car wash, but you're going to get 3 car washes for that price. Stay clean, smooth, looking good all summer long once the rain stops. Text Splash Arkansas to 22322. Splash Arkansas to 2322 to access this exclusive Chuck and Bo online only offer. 731. Good morning.
You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Hey, if you've been thinking about a new ride, now's the time to make it happen. That's because Chevy of Fayetteville is kicking off their summer drive deals with some of the best offers you'll get all year. Trailblazers starting at $23,000, Colorados from only $30,000, the new Equinox EVs from just $30,000. No matter what you're looking for, these deals are real and they won't last long. So don't wait. Head over to Chevy of Fayetteville today. Together, let's drive.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
is blocking, if your performance is in our secondary is lacking in your real life, they're going to call you in the office, shut you down, look you in the eye, and tell you two simple words. Hit the road, you're fired.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Everybody feeling good. Hogs won last night. Got a game with LSU tonight. Win tonight, win tomorrow night. Move on to the College World Series final. I know they're feeling good at First Security Bank. We talk about our good friends there a lot and how they make better happen right here at home. They also do it at work, out in the community. You think about that on days like this. First Security's only in Arkansas. So they're committed to helping local individuals, families, and businesses. They want to help them reach their goals, whatever they might be. Might be buying a home, might be putting more into savings, might be preparing for the future, big goals. They finance new businesses as well, provide services that help all of us save time and money. So what's your better? Get there with First Security. You can log on to fsbank.com.
Among the people of Arkansas. And that's where we find Eddie in Clarksville. Eddie, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Eddie.
And I'm getting pumped. You know, for the 2025 baseball Hawk Train, comes the biggest game of the year now, tonight. And we got players, your coaches can't tell you this. Maybe your parents or some of the fan base don't tell you this. But at the plate, we need you to wake up tonight. We got players in the lineup not doing their job. I tell you what, it's going to take the biggest performance of the year to beat the Tigers of Baton Rouge. I tell you what, we've had some great performances. You know, I'm reminded of that old country church that I attended, and the pastor. I went in, I remember I sat down, and my mother looked at me and said, "Son, pay attention." And the pastor said this, "What story, every day you're alive, you write a story." Now, we wrote some good stories at the College World Series so far, but at the plate, not so much. Let me tell you something. Are you feeling it? But you beat the Tigers, we're going to have a chance to play for a national. You got one more shot at playing for a national champion. You got 2 games, baby. And that's it. Your mission was all season long to get to the College World Series. And you did accomplish that. Your goal is to win the national championship. And tonight, it starts tonight in that lineup. You know, I'm going to call out a few players. I wouldn't know to do it. Helfrich, where are you? Maxwell, where are you? Cozell, where are you?
Last night.
Let me tell you something. If you're going to get beat and your season's going to get derailed, you better go down swinging. Let me tell you something. I have no doubt. You know what? The Tigers are a great team, no doubt about it. I have no doubt who they're going to pitch tonight. You bet. They want to derail your season tonight. Ours is going to pitch. Let me tell you something. You go out there and attack them. Make them pitch. Fall off the pitch. And wait for your get something to hit and drive those runners in. What story is going to be written? I tell you what, Gage Wood wrote a story the other day, didn't he? What a story. By the way, congratulations to Mr. Gage Wood. That was the greatest pitching performance I ever witnessed, and I've been around a while. Let me tell you something. Not only in the College World Series, but America's ever seen. I tell you what, we wrote a story last night. You know, Thomas has wrote a story in that lineup. every time he goes up, he gets a hit. Let me tell you something. Players tonight gather hands. Look each other in the eye. We're still going to be Hall fans, win or lose. It's up to you. It's going to be story written. We come to the College World Series to win. Let me tell you something. You better look each other in the eye. I mean, don't taste balls. It drives me insane. I see this. You know, players chasing balls in the dirt. I see players hitting in the doubles, flyouts, strikeouts. That won't get it done. Let me tell you something. You know, if you can walk off that field tonight and you did the best you could do, I can can live with it. I'm still going to be a Hawk fan. I tell you what, you're still going to be baseball players. Make the best of it, for God's sake. I tell you what, let's go beat the Tigers. I'm tired of seeing 0-4 in the College World Series. I'm tired of hearing that. Go beat the Tigers. Go be greater. Don't write that story. Thanks for taking my call, gentlemen.
Thank you, Eddie. Eddie issuing a challenge. You guys aren't doing your jobs up there. If when that guy's standing over in left field, you hit it to right field. When that ball's in the dirt, you don't swing. You don't get fooled.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Logan Maxwell, where are you?
He was on second base last night with a couple of ribbies, if I remember right.
It went off the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where he was. I mean, but, you know, though, people like are, man, Behiva, I mean, he's really struggling. Bam, home run. I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
Those teams are there because they're good. I mean, you don't just show, hey, I think I'd like to play in the College World Series this year.
I do see him settling in, though. I wrote this down. This was a gem. This was a gem. It happened early in the call. Every day of your life, you write a story. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. That's good. That's deep.
That's how Bo's going to start the next
deep.
meeting.
Yeah.
You know, every day you write a story.
Well, that's how we start every day here.
Every
at
day
6
you
o'clock.
write the book.
Yeah. There's a story going to be written. Gage Wood wrote his. And what a story it was.
Ryder Helfrich.
We just need another performance or two like that.
Do your job.
Hey, if you're thinking about going to the game tonight, you can hop on Jet Aircraft, and they'll get you there in time. Or if this continues on and you want to hop out there for a day, Jet Aircraft can get you where you're trying to go quickly and VIP style. You pull up to the jet, they valet your car, detail it while you're gone. You up to 9 people, plenty of room for luggage. Fully stocked plane. Fully stocked bar, catering options, a trip of a lifetime. Also, ask about their Jet Card memberships for even more perks wherever you're wanting to go. And you don't have to live in Northwest Arkansas. They can come get you from wherever you are and take you to where you're going. JetNWA.com. If you want to get a quote, maybe get some buddies together, plan some other trip besides Omaha. Jet, 2 T's, JetNWA.com. 7:45. It's game day. Arkansas in the Final Four of the College World Series. I got to be honest, and I may offend some people here, and I don't, it's fine.
You've done it before.
Well, probably a few minutes ago.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time Hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, if you're struggling to get your Social Security disability, or you're buried in debt thinking about bankruptcy, don't wait. You need a legal team that knows how to fight for Arkansans.
That's why you can trust Cadell Reynolds. Bill Reynolds and his team know how to get results when it matters most. Whether it's personal injury, disability, or bankruptcy, they've got your back.
Dial 866-314-3728 or visit CadellReynolds.com today.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo, and for me, business comes down to working with people I like and can count on. And that's Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They do what they say, they're on time, and when they're done, it's like they were never there and you have a brand new roof. Built with expert craftsmanship and the best materials. When it comes to commercial or residential roofing, get the customer care Teamwork Roofing and Construction offers. Check them out on their Facebook page, Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes...
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know much about new items, really. I mean, I go to the store. I see lots of things that baffle me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you've been hurt in an accident or you are dealing with a disability claim, you need someone in your corner who not only knows the law, but more importantly is willing to fight for you. And that's where Cadell Reynolds comes in. They've been serving Arkansans for 30 years. And I mean, they handle everything: car accidents, Social Security disability, personal injury cases. The best part? They offer free consultations. You can talk to an attorney about your case with zero obligation. It's actual help from actual people who care. So call Cadell Reynolds today at 866-314-3728 or visit CadellReynolds.com for your free consultation. That's CadellReynolds.com. Make the call.
How are we feeling about tonight?
I feel good.
I feel good, too. I wonder how Razorback fans are feeling. Arkansas is minus 150 on the money line.
130.
130.
Yeah.
Oaklawn Sports app. That's what they got it out. Minus 130. So the Razorbacks.
Minus 1.5 on the run line.
So that's where the money's going?
But some plus money there.
What does it all mean?
Well, it means that basically it means that the books think that Arkansas is going to win a one-run game.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's basically the translation there.
Oaklawn Sports, best sports betting app you can find. Bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. A new customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Bart translating gambling for us is a little bit like your Slang-O-Matic thing over there.
Yeah.
Hey,
How
why
is
don't
that
we
thing?
fire that thing up real quick?
Let's
Let's fire that up.
Let's see what we got here.
Like, I've
give it a
missed that.
spin. Give it a spin here.
We
Okay.
had no
Today's word is Gen Z, no cap.
Yeah,
We've already
did that. one.
We've done
do
that
that
one.
one?
Yeah, do another one. That was a good one. That means no
No lie.
No lie.
No lie.
Yeah.
No
All
blank.
right.
No bleep.
Gen Z, the T.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
gossip.
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 Oh, we did that too.
No, we
No,
didn't.
no.
Yeah, we
no,
did. Yeah, we did. I remember.
I don't remember that one.
I do.
I mean, I knew what it was.
Chuck just didn't like the fact that we immediately knew what it was.
They were
Gen Z, 8.
Oh yeah.
Like you did good.
Yeah.
Did we do that one?
No.
Really?
No.
What does it mean?
I mean, so and so 8.
What does it mean?
Like
Like-
Vahiva Aloy 8.
8 at the plate.
eight.
All right.
ATE.
Yeah.
Gen Z says 8. A millennial would say killed it.
I don't
Gen
think
Xer
so.
would say crushed it. And a boomer would say nailed it.
Okay.
That's accurate.
All right.
It's just that's.
But
that's
somebody
according-
else would say. So the theme here is all the other ones made sense
Right.
except for Gen Z. That one
Yeah.
didn't make sense. That's the point of the whole thing is they're making up words that so we don't know what they're talking
That's
about.
right. That's exactly right.
Chuck, you ate with that outfit today.
You like it, don't you? I knew you would.
Boy, Chuck, you really ate on the show today,
Yeah, I
and
did.
we're not talking about the kolaches.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Gen Z, big mad.
When you're like really
angry.
Angry.
Millennial, salty.
It's pretty self.
Gen X, pissed.
Yeah.
Boomer, ticked off.
Yeah.
See,
Salty.
This has been okay, but it's not. All right, Gen Z, snack. Did we do this?
We did
one?
that one.
Yeah, we did that.
What does it mean?
Like a fox.
yeah.
Like a babe. Like a hottie.
I believe Chuck actually used the boomer term fox.
Smoke show. Smoke show.
I come in and
Snack.
I've said what a
What?
fox more than once in here. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a foxy.
Snack.
Foxy.
How do you say it? Like, use it in a sentence.
Like so and so is a snack.
No.
Yeah.
Is that what they say about you, Bart? That Bart, he's a snack.
Some do. Some do.
Really?
Bart walks around the mall with a Chuck and Bo T-shirt on,
Yeah.
and people just
looking.
Look at that snack.
That's
He's
snack.
looking snacky.
Yeah, look at
No. You would say he ate in that fit.
Oh, wow. He ate in that fit.
Holy crap! How do you know all this?
Well, he's cool. He's cool.
I am cool. That's right.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap. Bart's cool.
Yeah.
He eats. He snacks.
He's a snack.
I eat snacks.
Big
too.
mad. Hey, want to fly like a VIP? With Jet Aircraft, you skip the TSA lines, skip baggage claim, and fly on your schedule. The plane doesn't leave until you get there. You enjoy a full bar and food service for up to 9 passengers and plenty of room for luggage. Wherever you need to fly to or from, whether it's a special trip to the College World Series or golfing with buddies, round up your crew, split the cost, and fly private. Also, ask about the Jet card. Visit jetnwa.com. That's Jet with 2 T's.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
We never thought much about power outages until we had one during the worst possible time. As a busy mom, there are plenty of challenges in a day. But with Paschal, power outages don't have to be one of them. A whole home generator installed by the pros at Paschal gave me back my peace of mind. The process was easy and understandable. Now I don't have to worry about losing power when storms arrive. Get a free estimate today and keep the power on with a whole home generator from Paschal. Professional people, professional service. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors The Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors The Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Why don't you just kind of style it up a little bit at the game? Let's get your drip going.
Hey, I got a lot more drip than you think.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
So I was in the lovely metropolis of Mountain Home over the weekend. I get invited to eat dinner with the great Clay Henry and his wife, Jean Ann. We went to Salsa's in Mountain Home. Their waiter, who waits on them all the time, says, Clay's in the restaurant. I didn't know you had a son. So Clay's now my father.
Wow, that's big.
I'm going to start calling
I've always
Clay Daddy.
wondered in your private moments if you would just go ahead and call him Dad or Daddy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Final four of the College World Series. And Arkansas in another elimination game, a must-win situation tonight. This time it's a rematch with LSU from the first game on Saturday. Here's Dave Van Horn.
You just play. You know, I mean, they're really good. They don't have any weaknesses. They got big-time arms. Their top 6-7 arms all are big-time at this level. They've got power. They've got some speed. You know, you just have to pitch well against them, and you got to score. And if we don't score, we'll be in trouble.
Hogs beat UCLA 7-3, and it wasn't that close inside Charles Schwab Field to get to this game. And now it's who will pitch, and it's probably Ianson, who had 44 pitches.
I would think.
The day before yesterday, and just like Zach Root, would likely be available to come out and pitch in this game tonight.
I think he'll probably work about 5. You know, if he's effective, he'll probably work about 5 the way Root did last night.
And you know, hopefully for Arkansas, they settle in a little bit more at the plate. They continue to hit a little bit better. The pitching has something to do with that, but I also think them being comfortable at the plate and making the pitchers work, you know, like they've done a good portion of the season, is a factor here as well.
I got to push back, though, a little bit against this narrative that Arkansas is not having a good offensive World Series. I mean, Anderson pitched a great game Saturday. There's not a team in college baseball he would have not made look silly at the plate Saturday night. And I said this yesterday. I thought the pace of the game and Woods' no-hitter is part of the reason he threw a no-hitter. If Arkansas wins that game 10, 12, nothing, he's sitting in the dugout 30 minutes at a time. They don't give him a chance to do that. And he probably gives up a hit or two along the way. They scored 7 runs last night. You do realize if they'd scored 7 runs in every game, they'd be 3-0, and they'd be the runaway favorite to win this thing right now. Teams are in Omaha because they pitch well. They're not in Omaha because they scored 10 or 12 runs a ball game. That's not what gets you there. You pitch, you play defense, you don't give the other team extra outs. That's the deal. They score 7 runs tonight. I said this earlier. 7 runs, I think, wins the game tonight. 7 runs, I think, wins the game tomorrow night. I'll go so far as to say if you score 7 runs from here on out, you're going to win the national championship.
We're getting into the point in the tournament where you can get to pitching. Per what you said from day one, if you're going to get to LSU, if you lose that first game, there's a chance you can go beat them again and beat them again.
But I'm not talking about scoring 10 or 12.
No. I'm saying, like, I think we're going to see more runs scored than you do in the early games.
I think that's probably a pretty good bet. But I think if people have this idea that, well, you only have a good offensive day if you score 10 runs.
Oh,
that's not the College World Series. No. That's the middle of April. I mean, that's not how it works now.
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking about them getting comfortable and having better ABs, you know, as the more you play, the more you're there, getting in more of a groove. You know, when you go through the first 2 games and you score 4 runs, then you go to the third game and you score 7, and then, you know, more guys are hitting it. 2 things are happening probably. They're getting a little bit more comfortable, and the pitching isn't as dominant as it was certainly against Cade Anderson.
Timeliness is part of it, too. You know, when Aloy hit that home run in the first inning last night, you could literally hear the entire state exhale. It was like, okay, it's going to be okay. You know, they tried to steal home. They messed it up. They let Root off the hook, and then Aloy hits a 2-run homer. The timeliness of that home run right there was really important.
Here's Root on his performance.
Yeah, I expected it. Hobbs pulled me aside the day after and said, "We're just going to get you back as soon as possible, and you let me know when that is." And I told him I was good to go whenever he needed me. And, it felt great to go out there and, put my team in like a great chance to win. And Ryder called a really good game. And, Zane Becker, he needs a shout out because he just does so much behind the scenes, warming up in between innings, warming up guys in the bullpen. And he's as big a part of this as anyone else.
That attempted steal of home really was like it usually is at the blackjack table. There's going to be a hand in the night where you get aces to split or you get some double down deal when you've got more money out there than you've started with. And that's going to determine whether you have a good night or not. It's going to come down to like one or two hands like that.
Right.
It kind of felt like that moment in the game. Root's on the ropes again, which is, troublesome for all kinds of reasons if he doesn't make it out of that inning, including just the confidence of the team, but not the least of which is how many pitchers do you have available the rest of the losers bracket? And then this dude tries to steal home, and then Vahiva hits a 2-run shot the next inning, and the whole game's different.
Right.
Like just bam.
Right.
And that's the kind of and that's kind of how it went with LSU game 1, right? When it's sort of like he's not way off, he's just a little off, he doesn't quite have it, and they're dinking and dunking and cheap runs, and boom, all of a sudden you're down 3-0, and then this guy's going to go out and pitch, at the highest level he can pitch. So does something happen tonight where do you get a break? Does it come down to a break? This is the chaos Tony Vitello talked about at the World Series.
I don't think you need to overcomplicate it. I think it's very simple. Root gave up those runs the other night against LSU, and you can say, well, they were cheap hits and all this stuff. No, he fell behind. He fell behind, and he got into a hitter's count. And the hitter didn't hit a bullet. He wasn't hitting lasers, but he was making contact because he had fallen behind. The thing that he did early in the game last night was in the first pitch of the ball game. First pitch of the ball game is a fastball way up. And you got to get ahead of people. As the inning progressed, I think there was a batter there that he got ahead of. And once we got through the first inning and he got the lead, he was getting ahead of a lot of guys. I don't care who pitches tonight. For us, for them, I don't care. If they get ahead in the count, they'll be effective. If they fall behind in the count, they're going to get rocked. That's the thing to watch for. And when people talk about a pitcher suffering bad luck, I don't believe in that. I believe the count and the situation makes your luck. And it starts with getting ahead. Whoever pitches for Arkansas tonight's got to get ahead. If they do, we'll win. If they don't, we won't.
That's baseball. And Zach got out of the first inning not doing that and then started doing that.
They bailed him out.
But my point is he ended up getting in a groove.
No question.
Kind of got through the rough spot. By the way, APB on Clay.
What's the story here?
Do we have?
We're gonna call him next segment.
Oh, you got to him. You got him.
His phone died.
You got him.
He's a battery back up now. So, power it back up.
So here's the question: being a responsible adult male, Hall of Famer, a career behind you that reeks of excellence. Does not sound no cap. Doesn't sound snack.
For real.
Give me another word. Does not sound like a guy who forgets to put his phone on the charger last night. So I'm guessing that, with Gene Ann being out of town, Clay being in Omaha, gets back, and, the plug wasn't all the way in the wall.
There's nobody to do it for him.
There's nobody
to do it for him.
Or he left a charger at Omaha. Gene Ann has the other one, and, he can't find any, and his phone dies. No responsible man's phone is dead at 8 o'clock in the morning unless you had an accident, like meaning you thought it was plugged in, but it wasn't all the way in the wall.
Clay, do you have your phone plugged in?
I know, because this happens to me when the cleaning crew comes by. It's like they knock the plug out. Then I plug it in, and I have no idea it's out. That's the only plausible explanation here. But we're going to get to the bottom of it with Clay. How did this happen?
As soon as his phone charges up.
Does he have it on the lightning charger?
I'm guessing so.
I'm guessing not.
What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. It's Wine Down Wednesday at Macadoodles. So if you're planning a watch party tonight, 15% off every bottle of wine in the store at Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, north of the state line. Guess Who in Bentonville. The best assortment of beer, wine, and spirits, craft beer. They got a great allocated section. You never know what they're going to put out there, but a lot of great things that are hard to get most places. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they have a tasting bar to try different spirits, and they got 7 days a week of wine tasting, open to close. And today, again, 15% off every bottle of wine in the store. So if you're looking for something for a special occasion, today's the day to go get it at Macadoodles north of Bella Vista and at Guess Who in Bentonville. So what are we watching? Obviously, the game tonight, ESPN. Carl Ravage.
6 o'clock once
Kyle
again.
Peterson.
Yep.
Chris Burke.
Yep.
Is that the crew tonight?
Yeah. And Chris Budden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what did they do with Eduardo Perez? Where did they send him? Send him to
Day
the,
game.
Oh, he's day game.
Day game. He and Ben McDonald and Mike Monaco do the day game with that other girl.
Yeah.
I don't know her name. I mean, the young woman. I shouldn't say the other girl. That very talented young female broadcaster that they have out on the field joins them for the broadcast.
And we'll be right back with the national anthem.
That's right. That's right.
And the first pitch.
That's right.
Well, what do we have besides? Hey, listen, this is No Cap. You ready? No Cap. Marcus Spears, 10 years ago on the Sports Talk on the old show. He comes on and he's talking and he goes, Laura Rutledge, our field woman.
He did.
That's funny.
So then we had Laura on like a week later and we played it for her. She said, oh, my God.
That is so funny.
Field woman.
Our field woman. What?
What does that even mean?
They're both still at ESPN.
They both got jobs.
And the field woman is having a bigger career.
Yeah. That's funny.
But Marcus is great. What do you got for us, Bart?
Well, Louisville, Coastal Carolina, that is at 1.
Thank you. That's all, folks.
No NBA Finals tonight.
If Coastal Carolina wins, they advance to the championship series. Louisville, in a situation like Arkansas, has to win 2 straight. NBA Finals are Thursday, in case anybody was wondering.
Yeah, I was wondering.
7:30 on ABC.
Yeah, it says
we are all well aware of that.
Are we all well aware?
I think
by this in our
point,
notes it says the game's tonight, but it's not really until tomorrow night.
By this point, we're all very well aware.
Is today June 18th? Is that true?
According to sources.
Is it really Paul McCartney's birthday?
It is, yes.
Is Blake Shelton 49?
Yes.
Once you lose your credibility, it's
it only takes one.
Everything's getting questioned.
It only takes once.
Yeah. This is brutal.
And that other girl. It's 8:15. Good morning. We're a little bit over our head here, but we're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
As a play-by-play announcer, my eyes are everything. I need to see every detail on the field to call the game the right way. So when cataracts started affecting my vision, I knew I couldn't wait. I went to Dr. Betts and the team at McDonald Eye Associates. And truthfully, I wish I'd done it years ago. The difference is incredible. The whole experience was professional, easy, and honestly life-changing. If your vision's holding you back, take it from me. Don't put it off any longer. Schedule your appointment with McDonald Eye Associates today.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo. And for me, business comes down to working with people I like and can count on. And that's Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They do what they say, they're on time, and when they're done, it's like they were never there and you have a brand new roof. Built with expert craftsmanship and the best materials. When it comes to commercial or residential roofing, get the customer care Teamwork Roofing and Construction offers. Check them out on their Facebook page, Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
You know, I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
One of the rules we set down when we started this show was we're not going to leave our best shots on the driving range.
We do it every day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, apparently Clay got a lightning charger. Maybe Ty Richardson, maybe he hooked Clay up with a charger.
What's somebody sabotaged Clay's stuff over there? What's going on?
I don't know, but he had a dead phone this morning at 8 o'clock. So we
and
rallied.
still not alive.
Yeah, we rallied and we got him back. And
Bart's efforting.
Yep.
Oh, he thinks he's got him. I just saw a thumbs up from across the room.
Oh, well, does he have a sign? Is he walking it around the room like a ring girl?
The sign says good to go.
You can text the show, as people do, 877-377-6963, and you can tell us when it's your birthday. As was it Doug?
Greg is 51 today.
Greg, happy birthday.
Happy
from
birthday.
Fort Smith. Happy birthday to you. The great Clay Henry, Hall of Famer, and Omaha attendee, who is back momentarily while Arkansas is in an elimination situation again tonight, facing LSU. They are in the Final Four of the College World Series. Clay, what happened to your phone?
I left it on a charging disc overnight, and apparently the charging disc doesn't work. And I see a note over here saying my wife's and daughters are on the beach.
Yeah.
I see a note here saying the charging disc doesn't work.
That's classic. I saw it later. Yeah, that's that'll happen. That'll happen when you get back from a trip, of exploits.
And by the way, there's some other things I need to do. I've been gone
that was also on the note.
16 days.
That's why you didn't read the note. You're gonna save that for tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Hey, how was Omaha? Like just the the environment and being there? Chuck was there for the opener. You were there for a few days. You saw Gage Woods, no hitter. Just real quick, summarize Omaha so far.
First of all, everybody's great up there. They take pride in it. If you get lost, man. Of course, I think when old people get lost, they really
lost.
they help you.
If you wander off.
Old timer.
Did you go to Rocco's? Did you wander into Rocco's
did
and get a Jello
I
shot?
didn't get that lost. I didn't get that lost.
Can somebody help me find the ballpark? Where's
No.
the Chuck?
I had a good experience getting there the first day. You get your credentials at the media wheel call, which is kind of faces the town, that side of the stadium. Your truck is parked on the lot completely on the opposite side, so it's 90 something. You walk all the way around there. I get my deal, and Bubba Carpenter is leaving. He says. And he said some choice words, and he goes, "You got to walk all the way back around where our vehicles are, and you have to come in. That's the place where they're going to, check our bags and do all that. So you got to walk all the way back around." Okay, I can do that. So I'm standing there. I got my fishing hat from Utah on, and there's this little old lady, and she goes, "Are you a fisherman?" I said, "Yeah."
Well, as a matter of fact, let me tell you a story.
And I did. And of course I did, right?
Yes.
And she says, "Well, I'm from Vermont. I live in the same town as Orvis." And I said, "Oh, the guys that own Orvis fish in my backyard," which they do, the Perkins brothers. And they duck hunt with my best friend. And I said, "Okay." And I'm putting my ID back in my wallet. I'm trying to get organized, got my laptop. And I said, "Okay, I got to go. I got a long walk all the way back around." I said, "You see that guy there? I'm going to try to catch him. It's Bubba." So anyway, she goes, "Oh, honey, you don't need to do that." He says, "Let's go in this service entrance, and I'll take you up this back elevator, and I'll walk you to the press box."
She felt sorry for you because of your age? Is that what you're saying?
No, because she knew I was a fly fisherman. She loved me.
I thought it might have been because you had gray
I'm
hair.
sorry I asked how Omaha was.
What did you say? How is Omaha? Let me tell you.
So they're nice people, and they're
No, it's like that everywhere you go. That's my point.
I know. You're right. It is every year, and it's a great experience, and they welcome. It's the people I talk to that have never been to the College World Series. I'm like, it's like wrapping Dixon Street around the stadium, and you can just go experience, and then the hospitality is amazing.
The helpfulness.
Let's get
everybody there is happy you're there.
True, but it is. That's how it feels. We now go to Chuck for further questioning.
No, it's
Hey, and I love the baseball. I soak it all in. It's the best in. They've got it all set up. They've got 4 locker rooms. Like you go to some places, it's like, oh, we didn't have enough of this. So we're going to do this. They got it all. And they got 4 radio booths. They got, 300 seats in the press box. By the time now, it's open seating. I mean, you sit where you want to because there's 4 teams that are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And like Chuck and I don't know that they had a seat for me, Chuck, but I found a seat.
Yes, you did. You bullied your way in there. I watched you.
Did you really?
Yeah, you elbowed some kid out of the way.
Some social media kid.
Hey, 2/3 of the people in that press box are doing some kind of social media stuff.
No question. No question.
Now, I looked down there.
I'm not one of them.
I saw you down there on the front row.
I never know what's going to happen.
No, you really don't.
So, hey, Bo and I sit beside each other up there. It's a great place.
Clay's my favorite guy to sit next to in a press box.
I got a problem.
What's the problem?
I got a problem. So, did you just have your cataracts fixed?
I did, yes.
Well, I got to get mine. Anything that went past
unbelievable.
second base, I couldn't see.
Really?
Yeah, McDonald
I have not been in a press box that high up.
It's way up there.
And I mean, I've known this. I failed the driver's test when I got my driver's license done about a month ago, and they said, you got to go get your eyes checked. So I got new glasses, and they said, okay, you've been putting this out off, right? I said, no, nobody's ever told me. You know, it's like you're going to have cataract surgery. So,
well, let me recommend McDonald Eye Associates for you, Clay.
Yeah, I know. And I, it's Jay, right?
Well, he's the one that founded
the
it.
kingpin.
Yeah.
He's my friend on he's a fly fisherman. He asked me for flies. I think I can get a deal.
They're the best.
I hate to actually break into baseball here and ruin the party, but I am curious to know. You were there when Gage Wood threw that no-hitter.
Oh, gosh.
What was the ballpark like? Set the scene for us. Paint the picture. What was it like?
Okay. So, first of all, I was trying to leave like in the 8th inning because I'm coming home after that game. I thought I was going to get caught in traffic.
You're ready to go.
Well, I've been gone for 14 out of 16 days, counting my Utah trip. I just had enough.
Again, reaction in the stadium.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm getting there.
I'm being a smart aleck. I'm sorry.
So I thought, well, it's going to, people are going to be starting to leave. So I started to leave. And I get in the elevator. And when I get down, I'm getting texts from Sarah and Jean Ann on the beach. Don't you leave your seat. Don't you leave your seat. You're going to jinx the perfect game. And as I was going down the elevator, they hit the guy in the 8th inning. I was like, oh, crap, here it goes.
It's all about me.
So I found a tunnel to go down to a camera well. And my pass didn't really go to there, but everybody was mesmerized with the no-hitter, and I just walked right down there, right beside the Arkansas dugout. And so that's where I watched. Okay, he gets out of that inning. Okay, I'm going to go. I went down the concourse, where I can see. I'm in the stadium.
Sure.
I get right behind the foul pole in left field, and you go right down steps. And my truck is in the first row out there because I was about first into the stadium. Okay. At that point, I knew there was no rush to get out of there because everybody's on their feet. It was electric. I'm talking about Arkansas fans, Murray fans, every neutral site people, they're cheering him on. It was incredible. So I did get to the atmosphere. I did answer your question.
No, and seriously, you said right there at the end what I kind of wondered about was everybody in the ballpark cheering for him.
But if I hadn't have gone there, I wouldn't have known that because in the press box, you're antiseptic, you don't hear sound.
That's true.
But it is. But I'm in there with the masses, and those people, they're raising their fist every strike. When they did the review, the place roared. It's like I don't think the people out there where I was could tell if the guy moved his elbow or not. But it's like, yeah, and the guys in the Nebraska hats. It's like we doing this for Van Horn. It was incredible.
Yeah, that's cool.
History. It is cool.
History. They're rooting for history.
Hey, it's the best it's ever been on a college stage. Right there.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah. No question about it. There hadn't been a performance like that since aluminum bats.
Yeah, and they did it at Rosenblatt, but there's 10,000 there. There's 28,000 in that place. They were jammed in there. And it was just so cool. And nobody was going to leave. They wanted to see what happened when he got mobbed, which made it easy for me to make my little exit. I'm out there on I-80, and there's not a soul. So,
how many people you think will go up there today? How many people you think will make the trip today?
Well, there's some people still working, and that makes it kind of hard. I think most of the people will be waiting, to see if they win tonight. And
what do you think about that? What do you think about tonight?
Oh, I think they got a great chance. If Anderson and if their two top guys can't go, and Shores has pitched a lot, so he might pitch, but he kind of weakens. Like he might not be at 100. And I think Arkansas has enough pitching. They got to hit. This is the point in the tournament where you got to hit your way, and I felt that coming a little bit. Helfrich and Kojal, they need to kind of hit a little bit. Everybody else looks like they're kind of coming around. Those two don't, and I just worry. I know Cam really well, and this has been a big stage for him. Now he's made three great reads from third base over the last 2 weeks. I mean, he's still a ball player. He made great defensive plays. I mean, backing up first in that early in that game, and of course Helfrich tags the guy at home. So I can't criticize Helfrich because of what he's doing as a catcher, but he needs to hit a little more. He's been moved up to the 4 spot, and he's kind of cooled off.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Your 4 or 5 guys got to hit.
You know, I think there'll be a few more runs scored as we get deeper into pitching here. And what we've talked about is Arkansas having the depth to do that on the mound, and we know they've got the lineup to do it. And you know, can they get into these arms starting tonight? I mean, obviously you have to.
Who do you think they pitched tonight, Clay? Arkansas.
Battle Shields, Coyle. Let's see, Bobby.
Come back with Gacko yet, or maybe tomorrow?
I think if it's Gacko, it might be 8th and 9th.
Okay.
I mean, you got to win this one.
No,
Dave's really good.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do to win this game, but hopefully you're able to do it without using too many of them.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. That's right. And I hate to say this, I thought the strike zone was a little screwy last night.
I did too. It's the first time this tournament I've thought that.
That guy was. We like Flight by Yingling, but I don't know, man. Maybe not behind the plate.
I like to watch those replays with the camera on the umpire's head, and it looks like, dude, your head's bobbing a little bit. Let's keep your head still so you can see. You're old.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard.
You watch that guy when he's got the camera on the head. If the head's moving a little, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, Phil and Bubba were talking about it on the. I heard a little bit of the radio broadcast, and they were talking about it. Well, Clay, listen, thanks for hopping on with us. Glad you got your phone charged up. Get the honeydew list done today, and get ready for the game tonight.
I got some more. I've got all the towels are being washed. The dishwasher's being empty. She left me a full dishwasher.
Attaboy. There you go.
Yeah.
Easy to add value that way.
Yard's I got to cut the yard if it'll stop raining.
If it ever stops raining,
it's never going to stop ever.
Hey, it was good to see Chuck up there. That's the best visit we've had in a long time.
So, it was great.
Did you hug?
No, I feel the stuff he said about you. Ooh, vicious.
Listen, don't be. That's amongst you girls. You just keep that
That's
right
right.
there. Yeah,
I know it was all true too.
Yeah,
I know
I
it
don't
was.
need to hear about all that. That's okay.
That's not
Clay,
true.
love you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Clay.
I wore my Arkansas shirt, Bo, and you're the only one that knows what I'm talking about. I
Oh,
wore it up there
attaboy.
for the no hitter.
Yeah, well, good. That's awesome. It looked good on you too. I know it.
It did. Yeah, a lot of compliments.
Partisan in the
Right
press
at
box.
Walker, courtesy of Walker Brothers.
Tell him what the shirt is. Yeah, it's not a race match.
Nah, it's an Arkansas. It's an Arkansas shirt with it's like a golf shirt, but it's it's stylish.
You can tell it's an Arkansas shirt.
Because it says Arkansas, but that's about the only
okay.
way. It's got some different colors on it, and it's got some red in there and some white and some light blue. Clay, thank you very much, and we love you. We wish you the best, and enjoy the game tonight with a Flight by Yingling. Flight by Yingling is for the people who don't settle. You want the taste of a Yingling, but a light beer. 95 calories. Raise the bar. The next generation of light beer. Next time you're out watching the game somewhere, you're picking up supplies for your watch party, look for Flight by Yingling.
For Chuck Barrett, I'm Bo Madden. Good morning. Hey, kids, how about a bagel?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
At the Stonebreaker Hotel, we believe in the art of gathering, whether over a thoughtfully prepared meal or a quiet moment on Markham Hill. Start your day with breakfast classics from the all-day menu, served from 7:30 to 1. Savor shareable bites from the bar and lounge menu until 10. And let the dinner menu from 5 to 9 bring familiar flavors with a fresh twist. And for a weekend well spent, how about brunch? Rooted in connection, designed for comfort. Learn more at StonebreakerHotel.com.
I'm amazed at the number of people who think they're smart.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
by the way, those are all gambles. Those are all raffles to some extent. They're all gambles.
Life is one big raffle.
It is.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Matt Hobbs was on the show yesterday, and he's great. He's always great. Here's him talking to his pitchers after the game last night.
Threw 40 pitches 2 days ago, and he comes back and gives us 86 quality bullets, 5 zeros, with probably no gas left in the tank the last 2 innings. Probably no gas in the tank, but just kept on fighting. That's what fighting on the mound looks like. Jimmy, same thing. Jimmy got lifted from the outing last weekend. Goes out and gives us 3 zeros in Omaha. 8 zeros. Jimmy and Root, outstanding job. Got us to tomorrow. Now we're going to need everyone for tomorrow. Everyone be hooked up. Tonight, be ready to go in the morning. Okay?
I'm ready. I mean,
it's all hands on deck now.
I love that access, hearing him talking to those guys.
Hey, he said fight like he meant it, too. I mean, he put a little extra emphasis on that word right there. And it's going to be that way. I mean, there's going to come a point in the game tonight, I think, where if Arkansas is going to survive, that's what they're going to have to do.
It's all that right now. And I think they've embraced that from the moment they lost the LSU game. One of the things about the LSU game on Saturday that maybe helps, I don't know, with your mindset, you knew this was a possibility the whole time. It's not like you went in there and got shocked, when you played LSU. You know what I mean?
No,
like you're the favorite and you get upset.
Perfectly believable that this has transpired.
And so
this way.
you knew this could be a thing, and it's just, I don't feel like particularly the demeanor of DVH. I wouldn't expect anything different, but it's just been matter of fact. I mean, this is what we got to do, and we're going to do it. And this is what one day, another day, just stringing days together.
I want to see Arkansas make plays early tonight, make pitches early, maybe make a tough play defensively early. Arkansas has not beaten LSU up there. And LSU's kind of, in baseball, they've kind of been our Texas in football. I mean, it's been hard to beat them. And sometimes Arkansas has played these games against these guys, and they've given them an extra out here and there, or they've not taken advantage of a certain opportunity. I would like to see something early in the ball game to make you believe that it's not going to be that way tonight.
You mentioned LSU and 0-4 against them at the World Series. 87, they lost to them twice in 09, and then on Saturday. Everybody wants Arkansas to win it all. But I was thinking about, they're in the Final Four, which you don't hear that very often, but they're in the Final Four of the College World Series. They're in the semifinals now. You can't have a losing record at this point, right, in the College World Series if you're Arkansas. And to me, there's something to be said for, at least having a respectable performance when you're there. And if you can go win this game tonight, then it's just whatever happens in that next game. But you feel like you went and showed up at the College World Series.
Well, they're in the Final Four, and that speaks for itself. Unfortunately, when you're in Arkansas's position, let's just say it. I mean, that's not enough for most people.
That's right.
And that's unfair, but that's how it is. So, yes, I think this was predictable. I don't know that, it's what people – I'm certain it's not what we wanted. We wanted Arkansas to win that first game. But it's not surprising that they're playing LSU again, and I'm not going to be surprised if they play again tomorrow night. And I'd say that if it was the other way around, if Arkansas was the team unbeaten and LSU had to win twice.
Who do you think has a game tonight? Is it Battle Cheese, Vital Cheese? Is it Cam Kozel at the plate?
I think it may be somebody coming out of the bullpen. I don't know who the second pitcher is going to be tonight. I have no idea, but it may be that guy.
I think it's going to be Coyle. I think Parker Coyle is gonna pitch tonight. He might start the game, but I think we'll definitely see him tonight, and I think he's going to pitch really, really well.
I wonder if Dylan Carter's in the plan. He was warming up in the ninth inning.
Could be.
When I love Mac, but they may not be able to pitch him anymore. And I thought they were going to have to go get him in the ninth last night. And Carter was one of those warming, or maybe the only one warming. So I wonder if
I would
fits into the
imagine,
plan
especially if
tonight.
it's a close game or something. We'll see Carter.
877.
It's all hands on deck, whatever it takes.
377-6963. If you want to make a prediction, you can text it in right now. We'll log it. But if it doesn't happen between now and like the next 10 minutes, it's not official. You got to get it on the show of record. When we come back, we will go to the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room, and we'll see what we've missed, what Bart has to correct us on, and what other mistakes he might be able to make before we get out of here today.
That's great.
Celebrate life's moments in this
wonderful.
journey and the making of the
That's
Final
just
Four
great.
at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Nobody enjoys talking to Hogs more than Blakeman's. Just go in there, have a conversation with Ben and the gang, get you a latte from the Onyx Coffee Bar they have, Cafe B right inside the newly renovated 8,500 square feet of showroom. It is unbelievable just to experience going in there at Blakeman's, and that's really what it's about. It's about the experience, but it's more than just jewelry. It's about your story. And as Eddie told us earlier, every day of your life, you write a story.
Single day.
Every single day. And you might as well do it with a purple bag in your hand. I want to see you and Bart in the old three-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, summer's heating up, and Splash Car Wash is keeping your ride looking fresh with a special deal just for listeners of the Chuck and Bo Show. Right now, buy one Best Wash and get 2 free. One for you, one for your spouse, one for a friend, or just keep them all. It's an easy way to stay clean, cool, and cruising all summer long. That's 3 top-tier washes for just $27. Text Splash Car Wash to 22322 to access this exclusive online-only offer.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
We never thought much about power outages until we had one during the worst possible time. As a busy mom, there are plenty of challenges in a day. But with Paschal, power outages don't have to be one of them. A whole home generator installed by the pros at Paschal gave me back my peace of mind. The process was easy and understandable. Now, I don't have to worry about losing power when storms arrive. Get a free estimate today and keep the power on with a whole home generator from Paschal. Professional people, professional service. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, if you're struggling to get your Social Security disability, or you're buried in debt thinking about bankruptcy, don't wait. You need a legal team that knows how to fight for Arkansas.
That's why you can trust Cadell Reynolds. Bill Reynolds and his team know how to get results when it matters most. Whether it's personal injury, disability, or bankruptcy, they've got your back.
Dial 866-314-3728 or visit CadellReynolds.com today.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
With rainy season here and summer just around the corner, make sure your gutters are ready. Hogcroft Gutters, locally owned with over 30 years of experience, does it all. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drain. Fully licensed and insured with a 20-year warranty on every job. Serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And if you're outside those areas, just give them a call or a text. And for a free inspection, visit hoggutters.com. That's hoggutters.com.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I was just thinking this morning on the drive in, boy, it's going to be nice to see Chuck. And I don't usually think that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Reese has phoned in. Let's take his call. Reese, good morning from Fayetteville on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, folks. I'm right outside. I'm in Springdale, right outside of Fayetteville.
All right.
But,
that'll work.
I might be able to tell. I'm actually from Louisiana. I moved here about 8 years ago. So my wife is a Hogs fan, and I'm an LSU fan. But I'm not calling her to talk any mess or anything. I just want to get y'all's honest feeling on the game today, especially with LSU. I don't think they're going to throw irons in today, and obviously Kate Anderson is not going to go. What do y'all think y'all going to be able to score some runs? Or
I don't think so. I think probably.
I don't know who LSU's going to pitch. I'm thinking it will be Einstein unless they've said something else.
I don't know why they wouldn't throw him unless they're going to save him for another game. But you got to win this game. If you're them, then you get a couple days off. They don't want to be in a deciding game with Arkansas or with anybody else.
Yeah, the pressure shifts to them if they don't win tonight. I don't know. Maybe you know something we don't know. Have they said who they're pitching?
Yeah, it's not Ironson. It's gonna be Cooper, or it's gonna be New.
Well, now, is this just you talking, or is this what the coaches said?
Well, I don't know if you know Matt Moscona or not.
I know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And he's pretty close to some people in the program, and they said Jay would really.
So in other words, we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Right. Of course, yeah. But honestly, man, I'll be honest with you. As an LSU fan, I'm extremely nervous, and I shouldn't be because we beat Arkansas 3 times this year. But I had one other question for y'all, real quick. Do y'all think if Dave Van Horn doesn't win a national championship this year,
No.
Okay. Okay.
He'll be
All
back.
right.
He'll be back. Yeah, he'll be back.
We're out of time.
Win or lose.
That's the reason I answered so quickly. We're out of time.
Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room, Bart. 10 seconds.
Hogs win.
There you go.
Hogs win. Hogs win.
Chevy of
Hogs
Fayetteville.
win.
Deals
How about
happening right now. Summer drive deals. Chevy of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
Hey, want to fly like a VIP? With Jet Aircraft, you skip the TSA lines, skip baggage claim, and fly on your schedule. The plane doesn't leave until you get there. You enjoy a full bar and food service for up to 9 passengers and plenty of room for luggage. Wherever you need to fly to or from, whether it's a special trip to the College World Series or golfing with buddies, round up your crew, split the cost, and fly private. Also, ask about the Jet card. Visit JetNWA.com. That's Jet with 2 T's.
As a play-by-play announcer, my eyes are everything. I need to see every detail on the field to call the game the right way. So when cataracts started affecting my vision, I knew I couldn't wait. I went to Dr. Betts and the team at McDonald Eye Associates. And truthfully, I wish I'd done it